billionaire space robot battle now. And I know which side I'll be on, of course, firmly on the meme lord that is Elon Musk, who lost $30 billion in 24 hours, but had probably the most epic response ever. Literally response that only Elon Musk could have. And look, I understand there are Tesla haters out there. Full disclosure, my wife has a Tesla and loves it. I'm a fan of their product line. I'm a fan of their solar roofs and battery generation, everything they do with SpaceX. I think Starlink is going to change the game for rural high-speed internet. I'm on the list for Starlink because I'm moving out to the middle of nowhere. And their Starlink will be the single most important thing I have, because I'll be able to continue to make content. I'll still be able to live stream high speed, low latency, things that just didn't exist in satellite internet space until, of course, Elon Musk did it. I think he will go down as the most prolific inventor, prolific societal impactor of our time. And to me, he will be studied in history books, I suppose, assuming public education doesn't actually teaches history in the future, which seems less and less likely. But, he had to endure probably the most ridiculous hit piece after having, how do we say, a very unfortunate 24 hours. You can see how Elon Musk lost $30 billion overnight as Tesla stock and Bitcoin, quote unquote, crater. Now, these things are cyclical, of course, but you'll see where all this is coming from. You'll see, we all know that the mainstream media does not like Elon Musk. Why? He calls out their garbage. They can't control him as much as they try. He's the one of, if not the richest man on the planet, next to Jeff Bezos. And Bezos is a crony. He owns the Washington Post, which you'll see all of this come together in a chef's kiss. By the way, if you haven't yet, please do click that red subscribe button down below the video. I hope I earn it today. It's literally the only way you'll ever find my videos because YouTube does not recommend them. You can see Elon Musk's run as the richest man on earth has ended. Tesla's months-long stratospheric stock rally seems to be coming to an end. After tumbling 6%, the largest single-day drop in 6 months, on Monday, the electric car makers slid another 10% Tuesday morning as the sell-off worsened, erasing $30 billion, its founder Musk's net wealth on paper overnight. Tesla's epic losses on the surface, driven by broad downturn of tech stocks, but a bigger focus, according to Tesla analysts, is Bitcoin, whose dollar value recently hit an all-time high, partly thanks to Musk's public endorsement. Earlier this month, Tesla disclosed an SEC filing that he had bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. The company also said it would start accepting Bitcoin as payment for its cars and services. The investment represented about 3% of Tesla's cash on hand as of 2020, which is hilarious to me. Hilarious. I mean, of course, we also have seen Elon support Dogecoin and a wide variety of other things. Musk is now tied to the Bitcoin story in the eyes of Wall Street, and although Tesla made $1 billion paper profit in its first month owning the digital gold, it comes with added risk as seen today. So, the downturn in the market, added to, of course, the downturn of Bitcoin combined led to a little bit of loss. But that doesn't stop because the Washington Post endlessly prints garbage on Elon Musk. And you might be wondering why. Well, it's because Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post, and I'm sure they are constantly at least trying to please him by disparaging his evil competitor. Now, this article, Elon Musk moved to Texas and embraced celebrity. Can Tesla run on autopilot? I mean, of course it can. There's one thing that great leaders do, and that's put people in around them to staff their weaknesses. And I'm sure that Elon hires very, very smart people. The article, critics say the rigors of Musk's personal schedule and seeming cult of personality that has developed around him are beginning to show in the car company he runs. The one that he took from an upstart pioneer in electric vehicles to the world's most valuable automaker. Musk says is drowning in outside commitments like his aerospace company and other endeavors while letting quality and strategy at Tesla fall victim. And there are familiar concerns. There have been past years where some of his behavior was horrific and cost huge costs, especially from his little tussle with the SEC, said Ross Gerber, a Tesla investor and supporter of Musk, who is close to the company. Yeah, I bet you he's probably a Tesla short investor. He's come a long way. What I'm worried about is his success makes him lose a little bit again. Look, if Tesla takes 5 steps back, there's still 100 steps ahead of any electric automaker. Now, I know there are companies out there, Lotus and, every major GM company, domestic company has some electric alternative. And the mechanics of these electric cars that will compete with Tesla are decent. And this is a good thing for the market. But their battery tech is years behind Tesla's battery tech. Their autopilot tech, while Tesla Autopilot has largely been a disappointment, in my opinion, what the general automakers are going to offer is going to be 10 years behind that. The idea that we were going to get full autopilot, any day now has left my stratosphere, literally. In fact, even now I'm looking at the Cybertruck. I know you all think it's ugly. I don't care. I like, filling up my car's gas tank in my own garage and never having to stop at a gas station and all the other technological advances. I probably won't even pay for full autopilot on that vehicle if I get it, because I just don't think it's ever going to come, and I don't think it's going to be as good as everyone thinks it is. So there are definitely things that you can criticize Elon Musk on. In interviews with a dozen current and former Tesla employees, investors, and analysts, critics point to a series of questionable business moves and even outright missteps by Tesla, an important symptom of the outside demands of Musk. They described a company where Musk is less present and more increasingly isolated. Where subordinates are reluctant to question the CEO's vision, where the de facto position entails eschewing market research. It's a top-down, shoot-by-the-hip ethos directed by Musk. But, again, remember who owns the Washington Post, who purchased the Washington Post for $250 million. That was Jeff Bezos, Amazon owner. So Tesla did not respond to repeated requests for comments. In response to email seeking comment, Musk replied only, "Give my regards to your puppet master." Absolutely savage. You can see here Luke Rudkowski tweeting out the quote, "Nobody likes lying mainstream media." You can see, there's all sorts of journalists posting their L's. Look, the guy lost $30 billion and still takes time to completely own you. Remember, again, who owns the Washington Post? Why are they writing this article? Well, it's to disparage somebody that their boss doesn't like. Elon Musk is making Bezos look ridiculous. Obviously, Bezos has his Blue Origin, his little space travel thing, to quote-unquote compete with Elon. But he's never going to compete with Elon, ever, in this type of thing. He's so far behind. There's only so much money you can throw at stuff. Now, will Blue Origin deliver low Earth orbit, tourism? I hope they will. I would definitely be on my bucket list of something to do. They say seeing space, a lot of astronauts have said this, that just seeing space is like a life-altering thing that changes the core of your being. And how can I hear that about something and not want to see it? The number of people that have been in space is still an extraordinarily small list, even in 2021, where we just had the Mars rover landing. But I just, the absolute hilarity of Musk destroying. You could even look at here on Disclose Quote of the Day. Give my regards to your puppet master, Jeff Bezos. Elon Musk said in response to the Washington Post request for comment on an article published by the newspaper today. I mean, I want a billionaire feud space race. Well, Musk already won that. Elon's having none of it. I mean, I don't know how you can not just respect this dude, if not for his contributions, but for just how based he is. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.